What's up, guys? JMK948 here. As we're all in the midst of Black Panther fever, and we are all celebrating the end of another Black History Month, I just want to say I love this movie. I'm not going to review it because I'm into animation. I'll only review animated movies which I feel like animating. But that's not what we're going to talk about here. Today, I want to talk about my experience with Black Panther. I knew this character long before he got his big screen debut in Civil War. The first Black Panther comic I ever read was one that belonged to my little cousin. Black Panther. What? Which issue is it again? Oh, yeah, Black Panther 27. When he stormed the Fantastic Four's company psychic, youngest characters. Damn it. When he stormed Johnny and the Thing and took over the Baxter building. I haven't read the other issues predating that one, and I haven't finished that series yet. But now that I found this after all these years on digital, well, I can finally go back and finally finish this story. Yeah, so I pretty much knew a little bit about the character in the comics, thanks to him being surrounded by other more familiar Marvel faces like an X-Man and the Fantastic Four. Then I watched Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers cartoon that, for God's sake, didn't write the coattails of the MCU. It was good. Disney, we need more shows like that. Yeah, I pretty much got my first taste of Wakanda outside of comics in that cartoon. And boy, was it awesome. Yeah, I'm mostly I'm just gonna I'm just mostly all I have to say is I knew who he was in the comics, I knew who he was in the cartoon, and now I really know who he is. No. Let me put it properly. I knew about him in the comics, I knew a little bit more about him in the cartoon, and I totally understand him in the movies. So yeah, comics, cartoons, movies. That's my experience with Black Panther. That's how I got to know the character prior to this movie. And as a Kenyan, not an African American, don't let my accent fool you. Long story. As a Kenyan, this movie meant a lot to me. And not just because it had one Kenyan sweetheart in the cast, Lupita Nyong'o, but because this is by far the best representation of African culture in a Hollywood budget film. Seriously, my home went up in woo over this movie. But I'm sadly stuck here in Dubai and can't join in on the hype. Still, it was worth seeing it just for the cultural impact alone. And oh, yeah, because it's an MCU movie and it's this final movie before the Infinity War comes out. Of course, I had to see it. But this movie, even though it's another MCU movie to the rest, it is what my ethnicity needed, what my continent needed. Because even though Wakanda is not a real place, it's an idea, something my people back home can strive towards. We can't change history, we can't change what the colonists did, but we can learn from not just that past, but also from what this movie represented, what it taught me that a place like Wakanda can happen. A world like what Wakanda promises can happen. I know it's one of the more political Marvel movies. Yeah, but it's more or less a movie made out of politics and passion. Brian Coogler, I'm sorry I haven't watched your other two movies prior to this, but my God, after this, I promise I'll watch Creed before the sequel comes out. Honest. And as for everyone who worked on Black Panther, uh, thank you. Thank you. This is the kind of shit I needed. I support you guys, Marvel Studios, for 10 years, and this is what you give me. I supported other franchise, and they have not given me this kind of reward. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Point is, let me just. Sorry, I rambled on a little bit. I tend to wonder a bit. Point is, this movie was everything I wanted it to be. I know it could have been improved here and there, but it's not as CGI horrendous as, well, Justice League. It's the CGI is fine, but it didn't matter. The story, the characters, that's Marvel's strongest points. That's what got me into the movie. The characters and the drama. That's it. And the action. That's it. This movie is everything I wanted and more. It's not perfect, it's just great. Especially to me, this movie really hit home for me. And prior to this movie, I watched Queen of Catway, another movie starring Lupita Nyong'o that wasn't 12 Years a Slave. So yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up Black History Month with with a message from a Kenyan. Even though Wakanda, okay, I'm repeating this. Point is, from a Kenyan, this movie was awesome. It represented my culture, represented my ethnicity without any stereotypes. This movie is the best Black History Month movie ever. And of course, I can't wait for the sequels because it's an MCU movie. Of course, Black Panther is going to get a trilogy. Come to think of it, since Thor is opting to do a fourth Thor movie, I mean, Chris Hemsworth is opting to do a fourth Thor movie, does that mean Black Panther can get a fourth movie? I don't know, man, but, well, he's for Black Panther. Maybe it's best he just stays a trilogy. You can't waste too much of a good thing. So yeah, Black Panther is awesome. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Until next time, JMK out. Wakanda forever.